You become an extremely different person after 30 days of semen retention. I'm actually doing a 30-day semen retention challenge. So if you guys want to join and be a part of that, click the link in my description. It's a free community. We're tracking our days. Well, I won't even say necessarily tracking our days. We're just doing a 30-day challenge, okay? I know I say don't track your days at all, but let's be honest, I know for the ones that are early in the journey, it's motivating. So use that as motivation, but don't get caught up in the days. After 30 days, you will not be the same person. If you are on your journey right now, comment down below what day you're on in this journey, and hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss any other uploads on this retention channel, because we're going up. I'm helping you level up, and I've been doing retention for the past 5+ years, and it's a game changer. You will not be the same person after 30 days of semen retention, bro. I'm currently on 46 days of semen retention. I just passed a PR. So I genuinely feel completely different. I just got back from the gym with my brother and my cousin, and we were in the sauna, and we had some conversations, and we were talking about semen retention and how it affects your life and how reality is changing. And I'm gonna talk about this in a different video about how reality and how you can really take control of your reality on semen retention. But you're not the same person you were back on day 0, day 1, or even the first week. Because after a couple of weeks, you start to get this sense of confidence and a sense of like ego on semen retention. Like you understand that this journey is simple, but it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? If you're not focused, if you're not putting your energy in the right places, this journey you can fail it. Let me see if it looks different without the light. I think I'm gonna do it without lighting. It's a little bit more cinematic. But honestly, guys, like you realize your energy is one of the biggest things that is your biggest asset on this journey. But when you get to the 30-day mark, life is not the same. People don't even treat you the same. I was talking to my younger brother about this. He's 16 years old, and I was telling him, he just told me today how he is actually trying semen retention, because he remembers when I used to tell him about semen retention when he was like 15. He said he didn't notice the difference. When he used to goon, he didn't notice the difference. And one of the things he said he realized was because he was always gooning. He was always in a depleted state. So it didn't make a difference, and he wasn't on his purpose. So it didn't make a difference when he did release it. It didn't seem like he was drained. Now that he's on his purpose, he's seeing me grow in my life. I'm on long his retention. He sees I'm making changes in my life as an older brother. He is going on his purpose. He's on his fitness journey. He's working on his mind. And he's going through his own life experiences. Now that he's on retention, or he's trying it, he's seeing the differences. Like when he drained himself sleeping with a random ass girl and shit like that, he sees that, damn, I'm actually drained. He told me, he said he actually sees that he felt different. He said he didn't want to believe it because he thought what I was talking about was bullshit. Not that he doesn't respect me, but he's a kid. I taught him and told him, like, man, you take shit your own experience. Don't take shit everybody else says. You want to use your own experience, you know what I'm saying? So he actually sees it now, and I told him, like, you won't be the same person after 30 days of semen retention. You don't see the world the same. You don't see yourself the same. But you start to see the power of your words when you speak something that comes into this reality. And like I said, if you guys are on semen retention, you're on 2 weeks, or you're going on 30 days, or you're past 30 days, it doesn't matter. Join that free Telegram or free WhatsApp. I don't know which one I'm gonna have it on, but it's going to be a free group for us that are retaining on this journey. But one thing I also noticed, my mindset's different. Like, I just see the world in a very, very different lens. I see people for who they truly are now. And I've always seen people for who they truly are, but I feel like it's enhanced since I've been on this journey. I pick up on the subtle cues. I pick up on like the micro expressions a lot more easier. Usually, or I used to take time to, I wouldn't care, but now it's like I can't even ignore it. Like, I can tell when someone's trying to impress me, which is something you will experience a lot on semen retention. People will try to impress you. People want to impress you on semen retention. They feel like they have to impress you. They feel like they have to show themselves to you. They have to show that they're worthy, and that comes because of the aura that you're radiating. Is radiating a sense of calm confidence. You radiate this masculine excellence. Men that are very masculine and they have a very strong sense of self, which you will have after 30 days of semen retention, have a certain intimidating aura to men that don't know themselves. So men will be intimidated by you and your aura after 30 days of retention. And I always tell men this: when you can stick to this journey, you can stick to going to 30 days, you won't go back. There's men that are like, I don't think there's any point of going 30 days. I heard that you could be the same on 1 day to 30 day. And I tell them, I say, all right, bet. If that's the same, then maybe you should try this. Go 30 days. And if you feel like you're still the same, then you can relapse. No man has ever done it. After 30 days, you don't want to go back to how you were, because you see that depleted state, you weren't getting anything out of life. You're not purposeful. You don't have any ambition. You feel depressed. You feel less of a man because you're depleting the number one source of energy that gets you to the next level, the one that actually makes you want to get shit out of life. You just notice the difference. And this is the deal breaker. When you can allow yourself to get out of that depleted state, when you can allow yourself to feel the power of semen retention, you will never ever want to be in a depleted state ever again. One of the next big things that I noticed for real, when I after 30 days of retention, I enjoy the mundane things. Like, I enjoy going to the gym. Like, if you don't have fitness incorporated in your journey of retention, it's going to be really difficult, because you have so much pent up test. Like, your testosterone levels are heightened. You have a lot more energy. You have a lot more masculine life force energy. And if you're not putting this towards the gym, which is the strongest physical output you can, unless you work a blue collar job that's physically taxing on the body, you need to be putting it towards that. Or if you're in a martial art, or you play basketball, or you do fitness, anything with you exerting your masculine energy, it's going to really help you go on longer streaks, because you're going to sit around with this energy and you might notice man, I have blue balls, or I feel like I'm just antsy, I'm irritated all the time. It's because you're not going to the gym enough. If you're on retention, you got to damn near be in the gym 4 times a week, 5 times a week, because your life force energy is strong the more days you go. So if you're not in the gym, you're going to feel less of a man. If you're not exerting this masculine energy, you're going to feel less of a man. So I noticed that when you're on retention, you have to put this energy somewhere. And after 30 days, that's when your mind reprograms, because it only takes 30 days to build a habit. After 30 days, bro, it's not going to be hard to go longer on this journey. The lust is not as strong. It doesn't have that same attachment towards you. You start to see the world and women in a different way. And I always talk about retention. I wouldn't say that woman is a very, very important part of the journey, but I feel like at one point you do have to get out there and use retention while still talking to a woman. I said that in a recent video. You guys can go check that out. How you can still talk to a woman while on retention, in my opinion, depending on where you at in your journey. But I noticed after 30 days, I see my woman in a different way. I'm in a relationship. I see her for who she is. I see what she lacks, and I see what she's good at. And I see even more of her true feminine essence, And I also see where I can improve as a man in a relationship. I see where I can improve as a son. I can see where I can improve as a brother. I see where I can improve, as a spouse. And it makes me understand who I am on a deeper level and where I can show up better. Because there's always levels of improvement in our lives that we can go, but there's always ways we're holding ourselves back. But after 30 days, man, you don't see not just the world, but you don't see yourself in the same way. And I said this in a video before, but it's very, very prominent. It's like the more weeks and more days you go, you start to understand. You start to sit at a certain frequency. You know what I mean? Like, even on your bad days, you're still better than the average guy. Like, I was sick 2 days ago, and I still was posting videos. I still was showing up for myself. I still was above and had more energy than the average guy. I ended up going to work the day after I took a day off, and I had coworkers that were still complaining. They were still depleted. And I'm like, bro, I literally still am under the weather, but I have more energy. I have a lot more ambition. I have a lot more of an optimistic mindset than this fuck. 999. That's another thing that you notice too. You notice a lot more synchronicities, like repetitive numbers. It's God letting you know that you're on the right path, that God wants you to continue on this journey. That's one thing I noticed as well. The synchronicities pick up times 10 after 30 days of retention. Even before then, it's God letting you know to continue on this journey, that you're going to reap the benefits of staying on this journey, that you're going to see everything that you want from this journey. Comment down below the craziest synchronicity you got on retention. It's insane. You'll be talking about something, you might see a repetitive number. 111, 777, 1212. These are all synchronicities. These are all called divine alignment. It's God letting you know that whatever you've been thinking, whatever you've been manifesting, is coming to fruition. One thing also that I've noticed majorly since I've been on 30 days is my relationships have improved with the people it matters with. You will lose people on this journey because you see people who they truly are. You start to see people who are using you just because you're somebody to be around, or because you're somebody who they can talk to. You stop being around the people that are just around you just to drain your energy. You stop hanging around the people that are just with you because you guys are smoke buddies, y'all guys are drink buddies or party buddies. Your soul calls for more, and this is no reason why a lot of men relapse, because it calls you to be a better version of yourself. And it's a lot easier to be a better version of yourself, but that calls you to get rid of the old identity, the old version of who you thought you were. And that's uncomfortable. And if you're not used to uncomfortable, it's very easy to go ahead and relapse on this journey. But like I said, if you can go 30 days, you will not be the same person. Like, if you're somebody who's on self-development, self-exploration, you're kind of finding yourself, you're trying to get better, get a stronger mind, get a better body, maybe understand just the world in a whole, go on 30 days of semen retention and you will not see yourself or the world the same. My first time going 30 days was back in 2021, And that's when I made the biggest leap in my career, my mindset, and my body. Bro, that was the most consistent I've ever been in the gym. It was the most strong my mindset's ever been. And I'm saying that from my first time doing it. Now, bro, I wouldn't give this feeling up for the world. At all, bro. At all. My focus, my ambition, my vision on the goal is insane. Because I always say this in Stoicism, it's good to have the end in mind. Start with the end in mind. Because when you know or have an end in mind of where you're going, you can't get swayed about the world. Because if you know where you're going, you're not aiming aimlessly. That means the things of the world can't distract you. The things of the world can't tell you your path because you know where you're going. When you don't know where you're going, it's easy to be swayed and to be directionlessness because you don't have a reasoning to not go that way. When you're somebody on your purpose and your own intention and you know that you're going to change the world, you're stepping into your divine calling, you're a chosen one, you don't want to go to that party. You don't want to be around those people that are just fucking doing drugs and smoking and drinking all day. You don't want to be around those people that are just talking and complaining about what they don't have in their life. You want to be around people that are go-getters, that are financially stable, that are making moves in the world, that are financially free, that are traveling the world, that are making a change, that are following their purpose. These are the people that you attract, the people that you want to be around when you're on retention. And by 30 days, you've already created the habit of being a disciplined person. You've already created the habit of being a retained man. You don't see the world the same. You have a less tolerance for bullshit and complaining too. Like, you don't want to hear that shit. Sometimes if it's like a woman in your life, if it's your mom, not even then, but you'll tolerate it because, women tend to, they tend to complain a lot. And I'm not trying to be sexist, but that's just something I've realized with the women in my life. And being a masculine man, sometimes it takes being a stoic man to just sit there and be the rock. They don't want you to. Sometimes it sounds like complaining, but they're really just expressing what they're going through problems. And being a stoic man, you just you sit there and just listen. They don't want their problems fixed. They just want you to listen, man. 9 times out of 10. And I've learned that the more that I've been on my journey, I just sit there and I be quiet, man. I let the world come to me. I don't go towards the world. And you can pick and choose what's for you in this world and what's not. And that's with anything: information, people, situations, opportunities. Because not everything that glitters is gold. The jacket is fucking glittering. And bro, I feel so on point. I feel so locked in on my journey, and it's so easy to say no to the things that don't serve me. 444. It feels so easy to say no to the things in my life that doesn't serve me anymore. So if you are somebody who's on retention, you're practicing semen retention, you're on 30 days, go ahead and click the link in the description. Join this free community, bro. This is for retainers, chosen ones, entrepreneurs, individuals, and young men that are on their journey. I don't care how old you are. You can be 18 to 35. If you're on this journey, join that community, bro. We're all holding each other accountable. We're all making changes in our life. We're going to be doing daily shout-outs and daily checkups on what everybody doing on this journey, man. If this video did resonate, I want you guys to comment down below one of your goals. Hit the like, subscribe button, and I'm going to see you next video. Peace.